Howdy.
Stop it. Hello. We have an Aggie here. How is everyone? Happy Sunday. I did post earlier that we will be making shawarma today. Some of you might know this dish, some of you might have never heard of it and might have never tried it. Well, shawarma is when you are visiting countries in the Middle East, especially Syria and Lebanon, Turkey as well. It's kind of like the fast food type of sandwich. So instead of having a hamburger or a cheeseburger, there is a lot of shops that sell shawarma, and they have it. It's kind of like tacos al pastor. So the flame will hit the meat, and they will shave it from there, and that's how they make the sandwiches from that meat. There is chicken and there is lamb shawarma. Well, today I'm making chicken and beef shawarma. For the chicken, I am going to be using chicken fillets or the tenders. And for the beef shawarma, I am going to be using ribeye steak. So, of course, I don't have the thing, the pastor, tacos al pastor, to cook the meat on, but we are going to do it on the stove. So it's homemade, and it has the flavors and everything. It's just not the original shawarma. Okay, so let me tell you what we are going to be using. This dish definitely asks for a lot of spices. And those spices are the following. I will be telling you, I will be naming them, and then I am going to tell you how much we are going to be using of each. So we're going to be using curry powder. We are going to be using nutmeg, cardamom. Some of you might be familiar with cardamom, some of you might not. It's very aromatic. It smells and tastes so good. We have cinnamon. We also have ginger. We have a little bit of cloves. Always remember, cloves is a very strong spice, so just a little bit. You don't want it to taste like you just went to the dentist and got some work done. We also have chili powder, and of course salt and pepper. To that, we're also going to add fresh garlic. So in our cooking, we use a lot of fresh vegetables, fresh products, and garlic is a main one too. Oh, barely hear me. Let me see. Maybe I need to prop it. Give me 1 second. Let me try to do something. If I prop it this way, is it better? Can you guys hear better like this? How about now? Can you hear anything now? Let me know. I had it on the countertop. Let me know if it's good. Is it good now? Thumbs up. Can you hear me okay now? That's the thing of trying to do a home video instead of the professional one. So, are we good? Keep going. Awesome. Okay, so it's because I had it on the countertop. Okay, so again, for the spices, which I am going to be repeating them as we use them. And like I said, we are going to be using garlic. We're going to be using lemon juice. And I mean, there's a lot going on here. So I'm going to try to be as fast as possible and give you all the information you need. And I would really love for you guys to try and make it. Please try it, okay? So, like I said, for the beef shawarma, I am going to be using ribeye steak. So we already, my husband helped me, and he sliced already some beef, some of the steak, because I don't want you guys to sit here with me for so long just to watch us do everything. But we do have some of the steak sliced, and I will show you how I slice it myself. So the reason I like to slice it before I season it is that way the seasoning gets in every single piece of meat. So the steak, I like to cut it lengthwise. So they're like long strips of steak. And I tilt the knife a little bit. And again, I am not a chef, so I try to do things a little bit to look a little bit professional. But I'm not a chef, I'm just a cook. Somebody who loves to eat and share what I know with everybody else, especially here, my friends here in the US. I know a lot of you know some Middle Eastern foods. Of course, the most popular ones will be hummus and falafel. Well, what I'm trying to do here is trying to show you what other dishes are out there, and hopefully you'll get to make them too. So there you have it, all thinly sliced. Okay, and then we're gonna slice the chicken. So for the chicken, like I said, we use the chicken tenders, the fillets, because they are more tender and they will cook faster. And that's another thing, another goal from my videos is to try to do fast and easy dishes. Every once in a while might be one that will take a long time, like stuffed grape leaves. If some of you would like to learn how to make those, I'll be more than happy to teach you and show you how to do it, but you definitely have to be patient because it is a long process. So very thin strips of chicken, and like I said, I use the fillets, and we have about 1.5 pounds of chicken, and the same with the meat, with the beef. If you want to put some lamb in there, you can. It is a strong, it does have a strong flavor. So if you're not used to lamb meat, you might want to hold off of that for a little bit. Okay, so here you have it, all thin strips, very thin strips of meat. You see that? Okay, so let me take my glove off. I'm gonna wear another glove in a little bit and put these aside. Okay, spices. Here is where everything comes to life. Okay, like I said, lots of spices going on, which that's what makes it delicious. So we are gonna do cloves. We are gonna do, this is a 1/2 teaspoon measure. So I am gonna be doing a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves for both. Then this is nutmeg, ground nutmeg. We're gonna do a 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg. We have ginger. Sorry, this is the cardamom. We have the ginger. We're also gonna do 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger. Chili powder. This is where you can play with it. If you like spicy food, you can put a little more. If you just want that flavor, a little bit of, just a little kick, then I am gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon. And like I said, if you like it a little spicier, go for it. Okay, and then I have curry powder. So for the curry powder, we are gonna be using a 1/2 teaspoon curry powder. Ground cinnamon, also a 1/2 teaspoon, and cardamom. We are gonna start with 1/2 teaspoon. I tend to add more spices when I put them on the stove. Now, this is something that you can definitely marinate the night before and keep it in the fridge, and then the next day you just cook it. And actually, the longer you marinate it, the more you get those flavors. I'm not gonna do that now, but that's definitely something that you wanna consider, is marinating them either the night before, or if you're off, then do it early in the day, so that way they're ready for dinner time or a late lunch. I am gonna do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And always remember, with salt, you can always add more, but you cannot take out. So be careful with that. Fresh ground pepper. This one here, I think it's gonna be what equals to about 1/2 teaspoon, a little less than 1/2 teaspoon. Okay? And we are gonna be adding to this red wine vinegar. we are gonna add 1 tablespoon of the red wine vinegar, and last but not least, well, we have one more. Okay, and we're also gonna add some vegetable oil. That's 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. We're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice. Do about half a tablespoon of lemon juice. This will definitely help the meat get tender. And then garlic. We are gonna use fresh cloves of garlic. And I mean, these are big size garlic. So we are gonna do 1 clove for each. If you want me to measure it, let me measure it so that way you know exactly how much I'm using. You are using teaspoon and a half of garlic, fresh garlic, okay? So 1.5 teaspoon of fresh garlic. It's very garlicky, so be careful. But let me tell you, it makes it taste so good. So there you have it. One last thing that I actually like to also add, and it helps the meat get more tender, is tomato paste. Give me 1 second, I forgot to bring it out. So tomato paste, we are also gonna do 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Come on, get out. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna wear another glove, and we're gonna mix it together, and then we're gonna start our skillet. So we will pan fry it with a little bit of vegetable oil. And meanwhile, while they are cooking, I am gonna show you how to make the garlic mayonnaise and the tahini sauce. Tahini sauce is gonna go with the beef shawarma, and the garlic mayonnaise is gonna go with both, with the beef shawarma and the chicken shawarma. So I'm gonna start with the beef first. So what you are gonna do is you are gonna mix it all together. Everything, all the spices that you added, the tomato paste, salt, pepper. Oh my gosh, the smell is amazing. So you're gonna mix it all the way through. Make sure that it gets everywhere. And we're gonna let it sit. Well, like I said, in this case, it's not gonna sit for a lot of time, just a little bit. Oh well, hi Amanda. Miss you too, girl. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, and like I said, try it for real. Try it. I mean, it's nice to try different cuisines and learn about different cuisines. And oh, another thing is some ingredients. Well, now we can find them in the regular grocery store. When I first came to the U.S. about 25 years ago, we had to make a trip either to Dallas or to Austin to find certain spices, to find certain ingredients. So the good thing is you can find most of them now in the regular grocery store. The only thing that you won't be able to find at the grocery store will be the pocket bread, the Arabic bread that we use, but you can use pita bread for it. So I mixed the beef. Let me change my glove. And you might really want to wear a glove, because if not, then the spices are gonna get inside. I don't know. They get everywhere, and your hands will smell for 2 days. Okay, so the same thing here. We are gonna mix it. In this one here, you get to see more what's going on. You see how I'm mixing everything. Just make sure that all the spices get in there. See that? It doesn't look appetizing now, but I'm telling you, the smell is just amazing. Okay, so here we have it. I'm gonna turn the heat on. So while the skillets are getting warm, here you go. So we have the chicken and we have the beef. Like I said, I tend to add a little more spices when I cook them. Sometimes it's kind of hard being a home cook to give like the exact recipe, because you go by smell and by taste, but I'm trying to be as accurate as possible, okay? So, and that's another thing. If your taste, if you can go for strong spices, you can add a little more. The same thing with the salt. If you like it saltier, you can add a little more salt. Um, Try not to take out the original spices, because what we're going for is as close to the real thing as possible. So try to stick with the spices, maybe the amount a little bit less or a little bit more. Okay, so here you go. We have this and we have that one there, and we are gonna put a little bit of I have vegetable oil, so just enough, maybe like 2 to 3 tablespoons, just enough so it doesn't stick to the pan. And so in one of them we're gonna do the beef. And the other one will be the chicken. Can you guys see okay? I'll bring the camera closer so you see what I'm doing. We need to ask Facebook to put a smell button, I'm telling you. It smells so good. Here, let me show you what's going on here. So heat, I have it on high. And we are just gonna pan fry it. What am I? Right here. Sorry. We are gonna pan fry it. It takes about 12 minutes. It shouldn't take more than that. I always make sure that my meat is well done. That's even like the beef, they like it well done. My family does. And of course chicken, you have to make it well done. Like there is no there is no question about that. So here you have it. You see? So while this is cooking, yes, I do encourage you to keep an eye on it and move it so it gets cooked through. So while this is cooking, let me show you how to make the mayonnaise, the garlic mayonnaise. Sorry. There you go. Okay, garlic mayonnaise. The original garlic mayonnaise is made different than how I'm doing it. Again, I'm trying to do it in a way that you guys can find the stuff in the grocery store, bring it home, and work with it. So for this, what I'm gonna use is, this is the 12 ounces mayonnaise. You can buy whatever brand you want to. I usually buy Kraft. So we are gonna empty the whole thing in here. And you can, if you use the tub ones, that's fine too. So this here we have the whole, well, by the time it comes out, it's more like 10 ounces maybe. So this, it seems like it's gonna rain, huh, in Harker Heights. Okay, there you have it. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of stuff in there, but anyway. So to this, we are gonna add a little bit of salt, and we are gonna add garlic, lots and lots of garlic. So here we go, 1, 2, and 3. I'm not gonna put more than that. I don't wanna kill you with garlic. So here you go. 3 big cloves of garlic, 12 ounces of mayonnaise, and a little bit of salt. And this here, we are gonna mix it all together. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. Yes, it is modified fried shawarma, exactly, because it's, I mean, we don't have access to the original equipment that we need, so it's definitely modified, and that way it just brings home closer. So here you go. So this is the garlic mayonnaise. And like I said, it's not the original or the traditional one, but this one is the one I've been making for 20 years. Okay, let me check on the meat. Need more time. Okay, maybe another 5 more minutes or so. Okay, tahini sauce. Let me show you how to make that one. For this one here, you are gonna be needing the tahini. This is what we call sesame paste. So this one here, you might be able to find it in the regular grocery store. If not, you definitely have. You can order it online actually. Amazon. Amazon has everything. So this here, make sure to shake it. Sometimes you also have to go in with the spoon and mix it together because it settles down. The paste settles down, and you have to like bring it back together again. Now I cannot open this. Samir, I might need your help here. Well, never mind. I tried and I failed. There you go. Geez, the struggle is real here. Okay, so like I said, it is better to see, like now when you work it in the bottom, like most of it gets stuck in the bottom, so you have to mix it a little bit. And then see that? Okay, so we are gonna put about a 1/4 cup of tahini or sesame paste, and to this we are gonna add lemon juice. So right now, look what it looks like. Okay, magic is gonna happen in a little bit. Give me 1 second and check on this. Better chew on them. Keep an eye on them. Oh my gosh, the smell, guys, is amazing. Making a mess. Okay, I will show you guys what it's looking like. Okay, so to this we are gonna add lemon juice and we are gonna mix. This is the juice of 3 lemons, and we are gonna keep mixing it. So right now it looks like it's very liquidy. Wait for it. Oops. Lily's being messy today. I'm gonna get a whisk. And we are gonna keep mixing it. Now to this here, you have the option of adding a little bit of garlic as well. I don't, because I use the garlic mayonnaise, so I feel like that's enough garlic. Okay, look at this. It does need a little bit of salt. You see that? I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna do just a little bit of pepper. So there you have it. If you want it to be a little runnier, then go ahead and add a little more lemon juice. I sometimes add just a little bit of water. So right now the consistency is good. Okay, let me get another spoon. You got the husband to help too. Want to say hi to everyone? He always has to help me, and I appreciate that. Okay, here you go. See that? So this is the tahini sauce, and this we're gonna use it with the beef shawarma. Let me move the stuff because once the meat is done, I'm gonna show you how to prepare your sandwiches or your wraps and what to put in them. A lot of stuff going on here. So let me, is it done? I think it's done. Did you try it? You haven't tried it? Yeah. They can take a little more spices for me. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of everything. You wanna try it? All done. Actually, what they need is just a little bit of salt. They don't need spices. I'm just gonna add a little bit more salt. That's good, huh? Okay. So we have beef and chicken shawarma. All finished. Pan fried shawarma. Here, you wanna smell? Smell it. Yeah, I like to tease. There you go. So this is the chicken. That one is hot. Gonna use my stuff. And this is the beef. You guys see it okay? Let me show you. So for the beef, if you prefer it to be a little more on the medium well side, you can, but I mean, I end up always making it well done. Okay, let's roll. Rolling time. I'm gonna make some space here. So, for the wraps or the sandwiches, okay, this is assembly time now. We are gonna use our pocket bread, and if you don't have access to pocket bread, you can use pita bread, or actually you can use the regular sandwich, more like the long subs, the little subs. You can use those. So we have bread. To this, we are gonna add. Okay, there you go. So we have some mayonnaise. We are gonna add. We're gonna spread a little bit of mayonnaise. I do it like almost halfway. If you want less, put less. This is how I do it. Okay, that. So we are gonna get beef. Gonna layer it. I like a lot of filling in my wraps or sandwiches. Okay, there you go. And for the chicken, same thing with the chicken. Can you guys see okay? There you go. So, what goes inside our wrap? Ta-da! There you go. I use pickles. I use red onions, and I use lemon, and I use parsley for the beef one. So we're gonna put some pickles on both. So the chicken one, I usually do it like this. Just garlic mayonnaise, chicken shawarma, and pickles. That's all I put in mine. You guys wanna venture and wanna add more vegetables to it, go ahead. But this is how I make it, and I think it tastes really good. A little bit of red onion for the beef. And I know some of you might think this is a little weird, but actually you can do little thin, very thin slices of lemon inside of it too. If you want to, you don't have to. but it's not a bad idea. Okay, so this here is the tahini sauce. We're gonna drizzle it on the beef shawarma, and to that we're also gonna add just a little bit of parsley, chopped parsley. See that? And now we roll. We're gonna roll it. And we're gonna use a panini press. Same thing here. We're gonna roll it. I'm gonna put them in the panini press, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. The other alternative, if you don't wanna have bread because you're watching your carbs, or you are allergic to gluten, like my daughter, she has celiac, so she cannot have bread, and she doesn't really like the gluten-free bread. So she likes it, we make them like lettuce wraps. I'll be right back. So I have those on the panini press. I'm gonna turn mine. Okay, so for the lettuce wraps, we are gonna do the similar thing. We have romaine hearts, and to this we are gonna add, where's my, I'm all over the place. Okay, we are gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise. Not a whole lot, because actually, since there is no bread, the taste comes out stronger. So to this, we are gonna add our meat. Okay, same with the chicken. So this is an option for those of you who don't eat bread, who can't have bread, who are watching their waistline. You can still enjoy the taste of shawarma, and you can still grab it and eat it, but it's gonna be in lettuce wraps. So the same thing, we are gonna do a little bit of pickles, and then we are gonna add a little bit of the chopped parsley, and do a little bit of onions. As you see, they're very, very thin, because in my household, they don't like the crunch or the taste of it. They like the taste, they just don't like the crunch sometimes. So there you go. And then look how fresh this makes it look. That. And last but not least, a little bit of the tahini sauce. And now it's time to plate them. Because remember, we eat with our eyes first. I mean, I always say that, right? So here you have it. We have our wraps. This out of the way. And then for our sandwiches, what we are gonna do, so you can do them if you are eating it, just, you know, just wanna eat the sandwich, just grab it and eat it. If you are presenting it, it's nice to cut it, because that way it's not just a big sandwich. Oh, it's hot. Okay, so I like cutting it sideways. Put it this way. Here you have it, and then if you want to garnish the plate, I mean, it's up to you what you want to do with it. I like to put a little bit of pickles, a little bit of lemon. I'm gonna do a little bit of parsley. Let's just put it here. Of course, I'll take it with picture and post it. But there you have it. We made shawarma wraps, and we made shawarma lettuce wraps, and I mean, all together it was about 30 minutes. It will take maybe another 10 more minutes to cut the meat. Other than that, I hope you guys get to try and make it, and I definitely want to hear feedback, and I will see you guys next week here. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and give them to me. And other than that, you guys be safe, have a happy Sunday, and see you guys next week. Bye-bye.